Hi guys, welcome to another episode of my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, kindly do to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I drop a new video like this. So, why am I doing this video today? I'm actually doing this video so as to give you the 5 most repeated topics in BIOLOGY Jamb. One thing I want you guys to know is that all the topics you be tested on in your biology, it will be from the Jamb syllabus. So, and note, the Jamb biology syllabus is divided into 5 sections, in which one is variety of organism, 2 is form and functions, the third one is ecology, fourth one is genetics, and 5 is evolution, in which they have total of 23 topics. So if you are not able to read all these 23 topics, then you are in the right channel, because I've given you 5 repeated topics that always comes out every year. So even though you cannot read all these 23 topics finish, if you can read these 5, at least it will give you a good point in your Jamb. So the first 5 repeated topic is living organism. In living organism, I will advise you guys to read cell organelle, and level of organization of life. Know the difference between plant and animal cell, and also know the organelle in plant cell and animal cell, and also know their functions. For example, now know the function of mitochondria, the function of nucleus, and all those things, and also learn the level of organization of life. You all know that in level of organization of life, we have the cell, the tissue, the organs, and the system. So in this level of organization of life, know the organism found in each level. The cell level, know the organism found in it. Tissue level, know the organism found in it. Organ level, and then system level, like that. And also, I once come across questions like this in level of organization of life, in which they will ask you, onion is at what level? You all know that onion is at the organ level. Sponges is at what level? Sponges is at the cell level, and also hydra is at what level? Hydra too is also at the tissue level. You all know that. So, as you can see, you will know that the way the question I just said now, the way it is like Jamb is taking the questions from the topic, from the subject, the topics, inside the topics. What you will not expect, they will just bring it out. It is found, as you can see. Who will expect that something like this will come out? But as you can see, it was brought out inside those topics. And the second repeated question in Jamb biology is classification of living things. In this topic, you have many things to learn, because that is where most questions do come out from. As you can see, this topic is bulky one, and it is easy to forget. So whenever you are reading something like this, make sure you revise everything so that you will not forget. So in this topic in biology, I will advise you guys to know the 5 kingdoms, which is the Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. And also in these topics, I would like you guys to know which kingdom is prokaryotic and which one is eukaryotic. And also I would like you guys to know the examples of organisms found in each kingdom. Know those organisms found in each kingdom, like the Monerans. Now the Monerans consist of the blue green algae, bacteria, and so on and so forth, like that. So guys, I want you guys to also know the characteristics of each kingdom. One thing is that they might ask you, what is the characteristics of blue green algae? If you know the characteristics of kingdom Monera, there's no how you will know the characteristics of blue green algae. So if you can know the characteristics of each kingdom, and they ask you anything, they ask you the characteristics of organism in those kingdoms, there's no how. Since you already know the characteristics of each kingdom, you know the characteristics of the organism in it. And also note that question can be asked in a way like this. They might ask you, what are the characteristics of yeast? If you already know the characteristics of kingdom fungi, there is no how you will not know the characteristics of yeast, in which the characteristics are they are eukaryotic organism. Fungi, yeast are eukaryotic organism, and they also reproduce by means of spore. They are non-chlorophyllous, that is, they don't have chlorophyll in them. So if you can learn all these things, there's no how you will pass your JAMB biology, your JAMB in general, you pass it. So the third most repeated topic in JAMB biology is nutrition. In this part, I want you guys to know the mode of nutrition, the autotrophic mode of nutrition, and also the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And also know that there are also some mode of nutrition under autotrophic mode. There are two types under, which is the photosynthetic or holophytic mode of nutrition, and also the chemosynthetic mode of nutrition. Also, I will advise you guys to know organisms that undergo chemosynthetic mode of nutrition, and also the ones that undergo photosynthetic mode of nutrition. Also, note that not only plants undergo photosynthetic mode of nutrition, other microorganisms that possess chlorophyll also undergo photosynthetic mode of nutrition. We also know that photosynthetic is when you manufacture food using sunlight. So, and also I will also advise you guys to know this other mode of nutrition, which is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. No organisms that undergoes this mode of nutrition: the holozoic, the parasitic, and the saprophytic. We also know that the likes of parasites like lice undergoes parasitic mode of nutrition. And also, I will advise you guys to know the mode of feeding. Know the piercing and sucking mode of feeding, the biting and chewing. Know the organisms that undergoes this mode of feeding. That is very important. And also, guys, I will also advise you guys to know the plant and animal nutrition. Under the plant nutrition, know the process of photosynthesis, like the light and dark stage. Also know the equation for photosynthesis and the products gotten from photosynthesis, and also the conditions required for photosynthesis to take place. Note all those things. And also, there are some experiments that are found in your textbook. Those experiments are important because they do come out. There was a particular one that says that they placed a black paper on a leaf to show the effect of sunlight on photosynthesis. That one that they placed a black paper on a leaf, which is used to show the effects of sunlight on photosynthesis. That is one of the experiments I noticed. So take note of those experiments too, because they are important. And also on animal nutrition, know the classes of food and food tests. That is important. And the fourth most repeated topic in JAMB biology is adaptation. Under this topic, I will advise you guys to learn the meaning of competition, the type of competition, and also learn how the parts of different organisms are modified for their environment and also for their survival. You know, some organisms have some modified features or organs so that they can adapt to their environment and different conditions they find themselves. For example, organisms that live in the desert or plants that live in the desert have a particular modified feature or organs that makes them to be able to survive in that hot condition, the conditions in which there is no water. Imagine if they should put a plant or they take a plant from grassland to the desert, it can't survive because the plant from grassland does not have those particular or modified features for it to survive in the desert. So learn all those ones. And also, guys, learn all the organisms and their modifications. Learn the organisms and their modifications. That is very important. For example, animals like birds, some birds are predators, so they are modified in such a way that they have a strong claw and beak so that they can be able to undergo or do the things that they do every day. That's predating other organisms, their prey, so that they can undergo predation. So also, I will also advise you guys to learn adaptive coloration, the meaning of camouflage, and also behavioral adaptation. learn different organisms that undergo behavioral adaptation, and learn all those things. And the last repeated topic in germ biology is hereditary and genetics. That is very important. I will advise you guys to learn how to cross traits, learn how to cross traits, and learn Mendel's law of genetics. That one is always important. And also learn the theory of evolution, like learn the Charles Darwin's theory and the Jean Lamarck's theory. Learn all those things. These are very important. So guys, this is where I'm going to end this video, and also I will also drop the next video for physics and chemistry, repeated questions in physics and chemistry. And I will like you guys to like and subscribe to this channel so that you can be notified whenever I drop a new video. Goodbye from Jupiter. Thank you.